You could see her?
I saw the picture, and what I saw was kind of making a humorous joke that smiling, because she looks like the pictures I've seen of Andromedans, people from Andromeda, people who came, you know, what they call star people, you know, and that picture looks like a person, pictures of women I have seen from Andromeda. There is a website called by Debbie Solaris, and I'll write it out. And she talks about the Andromedans.
Oh.
I write it out here.
But but I didn't know anything about it. Just painting with my heart. You know, when I finish my painting, I feel that maybe this painting is people in the real side, special people in the real side I faced with. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, that Dwayne and friends are doing something with the Andromeda Council. And the Andromeda Council, do you know about that?
I don't have your voice.
Oh, you don't hear me? No?
Yes, yes. No, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. No, yes.
Okay. This Andromeda Council is like the star people who are coming to, who have been here on the planet, among many others, but they are one of the groups, star groups. And Andromeda is very important, though. They come with this message of love and truth, and also they're presenting something to the people here about saving the planet, and you know, waking up the planet, and you know, all of those things. And that's what they have a very positive, you know, harmonious idea to share. And so I think that you are, you know, harmonic. You are, that is, in harmony with that. And so, Dwayne, yeah. I see it in the picture that you drew.
I use the new UU for each of my painting. And then one day I told Dwayne about it, and Dwayne told me that you faced with people in the real side and introduce new you to them.
Yes. Excellent. It's great. Yeah, I have something, a song. It's called Solaris 7. And it's about the Solaris and, you know, all of the SOLASTRY stuff, right? It's all about, that song is like and it's in one of my videos on Solaris. And this woman lives in Colorado, USA. Her name is Debbie Solaris, and she's an astrologer, and she's also presenting the information about the Andromedans who are coming here or from the real side, presenting to the people their real, universal body. And they are sharing it with the love. You see, it's all connected. And also, though, there are on Earth, there are 7, what Dwayne called them the Nations United, which would be all of the nations, not the United Nations, but the Nations United new. And he's saying about all of the areas of the world being part of a whole unified body, we'll say. And so I have figured out with a little bit more on the 7 nations and 7 areas around the world that are equidistant from each other, more or less, about the same distance. And Dwayne and where he is 1. And the second one is close to where I am, in the East Coast of the United States, in Florida. And the third one is on the coast of Africa, and something like Ivory Coast, Nigeria, a little bit, but not exactly. Maybe Morocco would be a good place to say. And then the next one is Persia, Israel, and the Middle East, like that. And Iran is that whole area. And then the next one is Singapore, or in Asia. And the next one is Japan, and or somewhere, maybe Hawaii is the next one after that. And it's close to, they're not exact, but those 7 points that you are on in Iran is on the same longitude. You know what I mean? Longitude. The degree. The degree that's there. 30 degrees north. The area of the world that's above the halfway between the equator and, let's say, Russia, 30 degrees north, parallel. And so these 7 points, one more is Himalayas. It's in the Himalayas in India, and then Japan, and then Hawaii. And it is like a lineup of these places where most of the world population is close, but also they have very, landmarks of places. And these are like the centers of this around the world, 7 centers. So my song, it's called Solaris 7. And, I put it together like that. It's sort of like a astrological painting. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Oh, good.
So you imagine that I'm another astrologer?
Well, you're really more of a what I call a solarist. Solaris. You're an isness. You are an isness, of course. You have various things that are all part of your own field, your solar field. You know, like a sun in your of the universe. Anyway, the Andromedans.
I can't hear you.
Yeah. Okay. The Andromedans are also one of what I call there's a zodiac that is related to the universal position.
Yeah. And it's about the Zoroastrian group of people and their real side, Zoroastrian.
Sagittarius? I missed the word.
Zoroastrian.
Like the
I told you, it's about Zoroastrian people.
how do you spell that? Can you type it out for me?
Let me see.
Is this the word that you meant? I'm typing it out. Sagittarius.
A special group of people, Sagittarian.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Thank you, dear Sagittarius. Oh, and I am Sagittarius too.
Oh.
Yeah.
I want to tell you then, this is important. The solar galactic new year, it's in my book, is December 18th. That's when the sun lines up with the galactic center in December 18th, once a year. December 18th, December 19th. That's the end of Sagittarius. And the sun, the galactic sun position at the time of Jesus' birth was at the beginning of Sagittarius, 0 Sagittarius degree. That was in the Sagittarius era began in 60 AD. And all of this is in the book I sent you. And now it's at December 18th, it's at the 28th degree of Sagittarius. It's only another 144 years, and the Sagittarius era will be finished. We're at the end of Sagittarius, which has a lot to do with religion. and the expansion of knowledge. So at the beginning of the Sagittarius period, the Andromeda position was at 0 Aries, the beginning of Aries. And that is the first degree of the modern day zodiac. So they began, the Andromedans were part of creating the zodiac and the connections with the stars and all of that type of astrology stuff is related to that. And now Andromeda has moved 27 degrees, 28 degrees in Aries, which is a harmonic trine with, that is, it's in harmony, great harmony with Sagittarius and the galactic center that our sun goes around and takes 26,000 years. So this is really presenting what I call the new universal. I call it solaristry. I don't call it astrology. It's not. It's not. The old astrology is where the ages of Pisces goes, and then backwards it goes to the age of Aquarius. And they say the age of Aquarius is starting now, but the degree they use is 30 degrees Aquarius, which is the end of Aquarius. So it's almost like the world is going backwards, and the people, that is, and this is going forwards, the Sagittarius cycle. I was born December 11, which is 1 week before the end of Sagittarius. I mean, December 18th, the current position in the last century at 27 degrees Sagittarius. And that is 7 days. I was born 1 week before. And I have found out if you do a lineup of all the people born 7 days from each other, you're going to find Christmas and the American New Year, the World New Year's Day, January 1. You're going to find the birth date of Martin Luther King and the birth date of Oprah Winfrey and the birth date of Abraham Lincoln and the birth date of Joe Biden, who is the president of the United States now. They all are within a week of each other, all on the same day of the week, which happens to be Friday, today. So we are in one of those days. February 19th is 7 days after February 12th. And, you know, it's all lined up. 7 days. All of these people, very important. And I don't know, what is your day? Mariam?
Yeah. Okay, 15 December.
15
December. Yeah.
Yeah. So you are halfway between my birth date and the galactic new year, the solar universal new year, December 18th. You are halfway between my birth date and the end of the year, leading up to the New Year's. I call it a New Year's Day because it starts the new year for the whole year following it. Anyway, so I made a zodiac of the 13 signs of the year that are connected with this, and they're all related to stars. And the one in April is the Andromedans, and Andromeda, which is a constellation. And The Sagittarians, we are in what I call the sage, but it also has a relation to Ophiuchus. It's called the Ophiuchus doctor healer, shaman. If those words mean to you, it's a doctor healer is related to that. And those people born in late November or December, middle of December, it's the sign of the sage. And that's one of the 13 signs. So there it is. That's how the thing is connected and what the Soulastry is trying to point out about that. And each of us, I think, has a very important purpose related to these positions that they are connected to. And partially it is for freedom, Sagittarius is the sign of freedom, free spirit, and many, many other things. But that's, I think we are sages, like Rumi. And maybe Shamus Tabriz, I don't know. Shams Tabriz, one of the new guides, the one from Persia. So you know of him, yes? And Rumi and all of that? Of course. That's a question, Mariam?
No, I remember I just imagine that about Rumi, and when I sing his song and his
Yeah,
poem, and I connect with it very much. It's not just about me, my family, my parents, my sisters, and my brother. Connect with it deeply, and we faced with Rumi's poem, Hafiz poem, and all poet in our country, which is related in our heart, which is special connecting with our heart, and find the real meaning from this poet to mm, be calm and do
yeah.
something which is really related to our soul. Yeah. Okay,
I
dear
write a
Peter,
lot
thank
of,
you.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
you finished? Okay. That was
No.
good.
Okay, if you wanna
But one
say
more,
something, I'm hearing.
yeah, one more thing I think I'll cover this with is that I write a lot of poetry in the music now, and I used to write, I was known for books, but I had a dream. I was known for writing a writer in the past life. Anyway, I had a dream where I was with, I think what it was I was like or with or I was this man. His name is Rabindranath Tagore, and he was a writer, poet, and spiritual person. And he and I, in the dream, were together at the top of a mountain peak, an outlook way high in the mountains, like Himalaya. And I think Tagore was an Indian man in his life. Um, Maybe Pakistan, I don't know, but somewhere there. And he and he was with Paramahansa Yogananda. I don't know if you know who that is. The book, he wrote the book Autobiography of a Yogi, and it's a great book. What?
Yeah.
I was with him,
The
and we were at
destiny
the
of
top of
yogi.
the mountain. Yeah.
Yeah, the destiny of yogi. Um, Parahamsa Yogananda.
Right.
Yeah.
So I had a dream where we were at this peak, and there was nowhere else to go. We were at the end of the world, or top of the world, and the only thing to do was, jump off into the abyss or into the sky and, go from there into the unknown. And I remember that dream, very well. And, it was a few years ago, but I don't know if I was Tagore the writer or not, but I definitely relate to that idea of who he was and what they were all about. And so that was my idea to get that I need to go beyond where I am, and go out into the next place, which was something to do with the new guides and, Dwayne and the new UU and so forth. Because I had that dream quite a few years ago. Now, maybe it was close to the time I met Dwayne. I think it was, or started with that, about 10 years ago. So I'm writing down his name. I'm having trouble with the computer typing it out. And I'm going to send you the name, in case you need it, if you want to look it up. And anyway, this is something that I think a lot of people are starting to realize, that their old path and stuff that they've been following is not totally there, and it's just going to keep them in the box of where they are. And so it's time for this next step. And this is also the new age that is here, that I'm saying has started this month and this year. And we're going to have a full moon on December 18th this year in Sagittarius, when the sun is in Sagittarius at this degree, 28 degrees. The full moon in Gemini is going to be happening. So I think this whole year is about us bringing this out and getting everyone to try and be aware that this is really happening. Wow.
Okay. Thank you. Well,
it's very big.
Thank you for describing. Thank you for each explaining. I must hear again. Whatever you told me, although I figured out some part of your word, and some part I must find the meaning in. But just completely, I find that about Andromeda and the astrology and the special capability of being full of true love and helping the earth with love, and it's about Jesus Christ, maybe. And I must hearing again, and this is very good. Thank you for completely describing about what this painting and provided you say about Yogananda or Mukunda, Parahamsa Yogananda, and then all
Did
things.
you say Muktananda?
Mukhananda is another name of Yogananda when he faced with some special professor, or maybe he was uh, Vladimir. I don't know the special his name, but when he faced with the special side of realm in maybe mm, in the real side special realm, and that's when she want something, she asked um, some she said some he said some word and then provide food and whatever he wants, and on that part. But this is the greatest book of destiny of one yogi.
Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
thank you.
that's very good. Will you do one thing, or maybe you can give this? I cannot see first. I cannot get my computer that I'm using to make to get the recording that you make. I get the recording, but I can't transfer it. I can't listen to it either on here. All I can do is see it that it's here, but I cannot listen or translate it. Maybe you could, if you help me, find someone who could translate this talk that we did today into English, I mean, into Farsi and or whatever language, Persian, and then we can see it you can get it in your language, and I can also see it written in English or translate from from if your friend or you make a translation, then I can translate it back into English as well, you know, in words, written words, not spoken word, written. So,
Thank you, dear
okay,
Peter. I I told that I told some of my family about your book you sent me, but now these days we have a lot to do, and I must pay attention to each of job, or maybe based on Dwayne's
yes, I
told
know.
me that this is fun. This is fun part of our life, and uh, it's really important to focus on each of whatever what we must do as a fun to recognize and figure out the A's. Thank you, dear Peter.
Okay,
If there's nothing, say bye. No, no,
yes,
no. No, you. Thank you.
thank you too, Mary. Bye.